Late in the evening, when the marble-floored lobby of the prestigious Grand Aurelius Tower echoed only with distant elevator chimes and the soft hum of hidden lights, Amelia quietly pushed her cleaning cart across the polished floor, her worn sneakers squeaking faintly as she worked with practiced care, because for her this job was more than a paycheck, it was survival. Amelia had learned long ago to make herself invisible, to lower her gaze, to clean without being seen, because people in places like this rarely noticed janitors unless something went wrong. That night, however, something did go wrong, though not in the way anyone expected. Near the private elevator reserved for penthouse residents, a baby's cry pierced the silence, sharp, desperate, and relentless. Amelia froze, mop in hand, her heart tightening at the sound. She followed the noise and found a stroller parked near a marble pillar, the baby inside red-faced and trembling with sobs, tiny fists clenched, tears streaking down soft cheeks. No parents in sight. No nannies rushing back. Just a crying child and a forgotten moment. Amelia looked around nervously. She knew better than to interfere with residents' affairs. But the baby cried harder, gasping between sobs, and something deep inside her broke. She remembered her own younger brother, how she had raised him after their mother passed, how she used to calm him when the world felt too loud and cruel. Without thinking, Amelia knelt beside the stroller and gently spoke, her voice soft as a whisper, apologizing even as she reached into her cleaning bucket and pulled out a small bottle of soap bubbles she carried for one simple reason, to remind herself that joy still existed. She dipped the wand, blew gently, and watched as shimmering bubbles floated into the air, catching the golden lobby lights like tiny miracles. The baby's cries faltered. A hiccup. Wide eyes followed the bubbles, tiny fingers stretching toward them. Amelia smiled, relief washing over her as she blew another stream, laughing softly as one popped on her nose. The baby giggled, a pure, innocent sound that echoed through the lobby like a blessing. What Amelia didn't know was that high above, behind a glass wall near the penthouse elevator, a man stood frozen in place. Ethan Blackwood, billionaire investor, tech mogul, and widowed father, had returned early from a board meeting he was supposed to dominate but couldn't focus on, because his mind was always elsewhere these days. Since his wife's sudden death months earlier, his world had collapsed into meetings, silence, and the constant guilt of being emotionally absent from his infant daughter, Lily. He had entrusted her care to a rotation of nannies and security, none of whom could calm her that night when she became inconsolable during the transition between shifts. When the staff panicked, someone had stepped away for just a minute, and that minute had led to Lily's cries filling the lobby. Ethan had heard them from the elevator and rushed forward, only to stop short when he saw the scene unfold before him. A janitor, no, a young woman with tired eyes and gentle hands, was kneeling on the floor, not demanding attention, not calling security, but simply giving his daughter what no one else had managed to give her that night, comfort. He watched as Lily laughed, her tiny face glowing with joy, something Ethan hadn't seen in days. His chest tightened painfully. He had spent millions trying to create a safe world for his child, private doctors, luxury nurseries, elite caregivers, yet here was a woman with nothing but soap bubbles and kindness accomplishing what money never could. Ethan stayed hidden, watching, studying Amelia's expression, the way she spoke softly, the way she treated Lily not as a responsibility but as a human being worthy of warmth. For the first time since his wife's funeral, Ethan felt tears sting his eyes. Eventually, the baby settled completely, yawning, eyelids fluttering as Amelia quietly sang a lullaby under her breath, a song her mother used to sing. Only then did Amelia stand, brushing off her uniform, preparing to disappear back into her invisible world. That was when Ethan stepped forward. The sound of his polished shoes against marble made Amelia jump. She turned, panic flooding her face as she realized who stood before her. She began apologizing immediately, words tumbling over each other, afraid she had crossed a line that would cost her job. Ethan raised a hand gently, silencing her, not with authority, but with gratitude. "Thank you," he said, his voice low, sincere. Amelia froze. No one like him had ever thanked her before. He knelt beside Lily, who reached out happily, and Ethan smiled, a real smile, the kind his face had forgotten how to make. That moment changed everything. In the days that followed, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about Amelia. He learned her name, her story, how she worked nights, studied during the day, and sent money home to care for family she rarely saw. He offered her a better job, not as charity, but as recognition, a childcare consultant, someone Lily clearly trusted. Amelia hesitated, afraid of stepping into a world that wasn't meant for people like her, but Ethan insisted, promising respect, boundaries, and fairness. Over time, trust grew. Lily flourished. Ethan learned how to be present, how to kneel on the floor, how to laugh again. And Amelia, once invisible, became seen, not just by a billionaire, but by an audience of millions when Ethan later shared the story publicly, crediting a janitor with reminding him what real wealth looked like. He spoke about humility, compassion, and the power of simple kindness. That video went viral, touching hearts around the world, proving that sometimes the smallest acts, like blowing soap bubbles for a crying baby, can change lives forever. And if this story moved you, inspired you, or reminded you that kindness still matters in a world obsessed with status, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because here we believe the most powerful stories aren't about money, they're about humanity, and there are many more waiting to be told.